Najee Amaranth, rapper, political visionary, and banana lover.
I'm Brian Hofer. I'm a member of the Oakland Privacy Working Group, and I'm chair of the Domain Awareness Center Privacy Committee.
Domain Awareness Privacy Committee. Tell us about that, otherwise known as the DAC.
Yeah, the DAC was originally proposed as a full citywide port project surveillance network. It's going to have over 700 cameras in the school district, Oakland Housing Authority properties, automatic license plate readers, shot spotter audio, had I think at one point 300 terabytes of storage that they were going to use to store all the video. And it was ostensibly sold to us to combat terrorism. It was funded through the Department of Homeland Security grant, so it's supposed to have a nexus to terrorism. At some point, I think it kind of expanded in scope because of the Occupy protests, and so it became this much bigger project, ostensibly to help first responders.
Okay, so what does it look like currently?
Well, after broad community opposition in 2014, they scaled it back to its very original starting point, which was just a port project. So it's limited to the port boundaries, the property.
What is your personal interest in the DAC?
I joined this fight just as a private citizen. Like a lot of people, the December 2013 East Bay Express article by Darwin and Ollie caught my eyes. They were examining all the public record documents that Oakland Privacy had received, which really kind of showed what the DAC was about, and that it wasn't talking about murder or car theft. You know, they were talking about Occupy. So we saw it as a First Amendment issue. So I joined Oakland Privacy. Just showed up to a meeting, got involved. Yep, I think we spent a good year educating the council. From that first July 2013 vote to so I guess not quite a full year, March 2014, was just meeting with the council, educating them on what this equipment can do. It was a very complex project. They had no idea of the full capabilities, the full technical capabilities of what it can do. So we started showing them. We started meeting with them, researching, and they got it. And that's why they created the Citizens Committee to create the privacy policy. They appointed real watchdogs. It wasn't, just random picks. They had Open Privacy and the ACLU and the EFF, and they had other stakeholders, people from neighborhood crime prevention committees, and, people that were interested in addressing these issues. And it turned out some really good work product. Open Privacy was founded in July 2013 as the DAC came onto the agenda. Some of the founding members were part of Occupy. There's other people as well. A guy named Josh Daniels just happened to notice this item on the consent calendar. So the city didn't consider this controversial at all. It was just on the consent calendar. It was going to be a ceremonial vote. Keep in mind that the Edward Snowden revelations had just hit in June, the month before. So with these new revelations about what law enforcement and our intelligence agencies are doing, the community quickly reacted and allowed us to start educating the council on what this was. So by the time we got to the March 4th, 2014 vote, they scaled it way back.
That's great. Because it could have been potentially very hazardous.
It was on consent calendar. They weren't even going to discuss it. So it should have just rolled right forward. It would have been full citywide, and it would have been too late to do anything.
There's another plan currently in action about infrared cameras. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yes, so along with the work that the DAC Privacy Committee did, we submitted a whole package of recommendations. Our original responsibility was only to create a privacy policy for the DAC, but we saw that as too narrow. Since it's only a port-only project, there's still the rest of Oakland to worry about. We still have automatic license plate readers, we have Stingrays, Cellbrite, Shot Spotter, infrared cameras. So we pushed the council to create a permanent privacy committee and to let us create a surveillance equipment ordinance. We want to have a use policy for everything. The permanent committee has not been formed yet, but it has been approved, so we're gonna go forward with that. As all this was happening, Oakland acquired a thermal imaging camera for its helicopter, FLIR. And I saw this pop up on the agenda, and I saw it as a test case to see if the city council was still on the same page with us, and I asked if we could write a privacy policy for it. They said yes, and that's going to be heard tomorrow, September 15th, before Public Safety Committee. So that'll be the first vote on it.
Yeah, I want to cover something that we talked about before the camera started rolling. The FLIR itself, the company who created the camera, they have a handheld version. You said that is powerful enough to detect breath from 50 feet away.
Yeah, so there's it's kind of the consumerization of surveillance equipment is where it starts getting a little bit scary. Is that thermal imaging cameras, you can put an app on your phone. It's at that level. It's kind of like drones. Before drones were big and expensive and only a few people had them. Now you can go to
like Best Buy
and go get one for a couple $100, and you can go play with it out in a park. It's at that consumer level, and thermal imaging is there. They have handheld radar devices that are sensitive enough to pick up human breathing, from inside the home. Apparently, FLIR, the company that makes it, they were just at Urban Shield this past weekend, and they said, according to their own claims, they've been selling these like crazy to law enforcement agents.
Hopefully, see you guys there at 5:30.
Yeah.
So that we can all speak and talk about these policies and talk about what should happen and what the community really thinks. Remember, guys, when it comes to politics, you do have a say. And if you say nothing, that's wasting your own voice. So for a politician to change, you have to bring to their attention and motivate them to serve the community.
Got a letter from the government the other day, opened it and read it, it said they were suckers. They wanted me for the army or whatever, picture me giving